All right, yo, let's go. We are talking about YNW Melly double murder trial. His ex girlfriend's mama is on the stand, Miss Holmes. Very confrontational, which led basically to the motion for a mistrial. So we're going to go into it was just objection after objection. And the prosecutor just wouldn't stop. She wouldn't stop. The prosecutor was accusing the defense of of her, taking care of her as a witness, paying her off basically. They put her in jail because she didn't respond to the subpoena for her to go for the deposition. It was just very confrontational. So let's just start with this.
Were you given your prior statement to review?
What you mean?
Were you?
I understand the deposition that I did on December 22nd. Yes,
Yes.
It was given to my lawyer yesterday, right before. Briefly to look at. Yes.
Oh, so the deposition you have that was
It was
provided
given to my lawyer
your
yesterday. Yes, it was.
So do you remember coming in for that deposition?
Yes, I do. I was in jail. You put me in jail. Yes,
Correct.
I remember.
I was in jail. Put me in
so-
jail.
So
They put her in jail. I wouldn't be too fond of this prosecutor either. She lost her job over this, by the way.
so it's clear in terms of you don't want to be here.
No.
You're making me be here. Yes, I have
Yes.
a band on my leg. I'm a nurse. I can't even work properly. Yes.
Yes. You were under house arrest because you failed to comply with the
Objection.
subpoena.
No, you're not serving
Excuse me,
subpoena.
sustain. Listen, how we're gonna do this is you ask your questions, counsel, and listen to her.
Yeah, I mean, confrontational from the get-go. All right, let's listen to a little bit more of the objections.
Objection.
Sustain.
So Ms. Holmes, is the December 2018 statement that you gave correct and honest?
Objection. Asked and answered.
Excuse me. You have to I understand you're trying to answer the question, Ms. Holmes, but when they raise an objection, you have to let me answer the objection first.
And they just kept going, trying to get her to answer questions. And if you don't want to talk on the stand, basically, I guess the go-to is just I don't remember.
Yes, sir.
Objection notice overruled. Question is the statement, repeat your question.
Is this December 2018 statement correct and honest?
I don't remember the December 2018 statement.
In December of 2022,
Yes, ma'am.
did you state that it was an honest and correct statement?
That's what you put in the deposition. I don't remember saying it, so I can't remember verbatim what happened that day. I remember some parts of this deposition, but not all.
Okay, is there anything that you need to refresh your recollection to determine whether or not I'm being truthful and accurate as to what the question was in your answer?
I don't know what to say to that.
Okay.
Is that a question?
I've asked if there's anything that
Excuse
was
me, one at a time. All right? Just let her finish her answer before you ask the next question.
So, Ms. Holmes, is there anything that would help refresh your recollection?
So typically when someone says, I don't remember, they say, is there anything that I can do to help refresh your recollection? Like looking at the transcripts or the video footage of the deposition. And usually people will look it over and then say, okay, my recollection is refreshed. But she just says, nah, nothing's going to help. I don't want to look at the transcript. No, I don't remember. I don't want to look. I don't care.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Would the audio of the statement of December 2018 help you?
Objection.
What's the objection?
It's irrelevant. She testified 3 times.
Excuse me. Thank you. Not us to this. Go ahead. Overruled.
I don't know. I don't.
So, Ms. Holmes, with regards to the events of October 26th of 2018,
Yes, ma'am.
did you travel down here to Broward County?
Yes, I did.
Who did you come with?
My daughter Mariah.
Okay, where did you go?
We went to one of Jamel's friend's house.
And whose house was that?
Frida.
Okay. And now approaching has been.
By the way, maybe I should go into this. We're talking about YNW Melly. He's on trial for double murder for killing 2 of his good friends and rap associates. YNW Melly is known as Jamel Demons. This shooting happened in 2018, and he was arrested in 2019 for the murder of his 2 friends. Cortland Henry, and Anthony Williams. Just to give a little context here. So Jamel Demons, aka YNW Melly, is on trial for double murder. This is his ex-girlfriend's mom on the stand, and she is a hostile witness. Does not want to answer, does not want to, talk to them. She doesn't want to be here, as we saw.
Previously shown to defense counsel and marked as states NNN for identification purposes only. Ms. Holmes, do you recognize the two individuals in that photograph?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize them?
I know Frida from being on Instagram from rapping. He's a rapper.
Okay. Any other individual in that photo?
My daughter's boyfriend.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't hear that.
I'm sorry.
I didn't hear your answer. Could you
Which
repeat?
one? Do I recognize?
Thank you.
I do recognize Frida from Instagram for being a rapper, and I recognize Jamel from dating my daughter.
You're at this time state we request to move states NNN in as the next.
All right, so that was just a little taste, and here we go. So basically, here's what they're talking about: the subpoena that put her in jail, and she lost her job.
A subpoena
Never
prior,
served.
and so you were ordered by
She's saying that she never got the subpoena.
the court to show up.
You never served me originally. That was a lie.
And in terms of your
It was almost like she was on trial. That's the way it felt.
job,
Yes.
did you quit your job?
I got fired because you put me in jail.
And
I mean, I'd be a little salty too. She got fired because she was put in jail because she didn't respond to the subpoena. Yeah, little salty.
prior to that,
Yes.
before you were put in jail, did you quit your job?
No.
Okay. So you never quit your job.
I had to leave because you told my lawyer to put a warrant out for me. So I had to leave my job.
Okay. So you left your job.
Yes.
Did the defendant ever offer to pay for you and your daughter?
No, I make my own money.
Have you ever made statements contrary to that?
I don't remember.
If I may approach her?
Your Honor, objection.
Just show counsel.
So there's the first time they basically accused her of being paid off by YNW Melly, which wasn't supposed to come in. Anyways, here's some more.
Who was that Instagram? Is that the one with the Instagram stands with Portland?
Ma'am,
I don't
sorry.
remember that Instagram.
Look at it.
I already looked at it. You're going to show it to me.
So is the
I don't remember that. You showed it to me like 3 times already.
so you don't recall making
I don't
a
recall
statement?
making that statement. No.
Excuse me, one at a time, please. Let her finish her answer before you ask the next question.
So you don't recall making that statement?
No, I don't.
So you don't recall saying
Objection.
Sustained.
so, Ms. Holmes, in terms you
One
said
objection.
that your daughter didn't tell you.
Objection. Asked and answered.
Sustained.
Objection.
So did you ever make a statement that's different than that?
Objection. Asked and answered.
Sustained.
Third.
Into the statements that
By the way, all 3 of those objections were sustained, meaning it was in favor of the defense. So basically, she has to ask a different question. She just kept going.
with regards to October 26th of 2018. Is it your testimony to the jury that you remember coming to Fort Lauderdale?
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained. Listen, I just want one of you making objections. Whoever's going to handle the
Yes,
witness.
sir.
All right?
I apologize.
Ms. Holmes, is it your testimony you don't remember why you came down?
I told you why I came down.
Okay, why is that?
Objection. Asked and answered.
Sustained.
Ms. Holmes, have you ever let me rephrase. Ms. Holmes, did your daughter ever threaten to cooperate with law enforcement?
Objection.
Sustained.
Ms. Holmes, did you threaten to cooperate with law enforcement?
Objection. Asked and answered.
Different question.
Why don't you come sidewalk? I want to see the question, please.
That's a lot of attention. and they just wouldn't give up. That prosecutor, this is why they fought motion for mistrial. She just won't give up. It's a hostile witness. Move on. Okay. And what they were talking about there is when she threatened to work with law enforcement, there was an Instagram post or an Instagram message that she had sent saying, Jamel, YNW Melly, and his manager were supposed to take care of me until the trial came, and they stopped paying me. So fuck them. I'm going to be Miss Snitch Bitch. I'm going to snitch on all of them. So that's what they were talking about. Did you ever threaten to snitch with law enforcement? And they do read the message, and it's a pretty gnarly Instagram message.
When you came down to Fort Lauderdale, was your daughter concerned for Mr. Demons?
Objection. Cause for conclusion on part of this witness.
I mean, more objections, and this prosecutor just won't get it. Doesn't get it.
Based on your daughter's demeanor.
Look, he's not even sitting down on the left there, his attorney, because he knows he's going to object again.
How was she acting?
Sustained.
They're getting pissed.
When you arrived in Fort Lauderdale and saw Mr. Demons, did you ask him what happened?
Objection. Asked and answered.
Overruled.
I'm sorry, repeat the question?
When you arrived in Fort Lauderdale, did you ask Mr. Demons what had happened?
No, I did not.
Nothing further.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
You came here and one of your first... I didn't get it.
Objection, Your Honor, improper.
I haven't asked you.
Excuse me, counsel, you direct your comments to...
I'm sorry, I haven't asked anything yet.
Ask your question.
When you first took the stand, you said, I feel threatened.
Yes, sir, I do.
Who do you feel threatened by?
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Christine Bradley, the prosecutor's office.
This prosecutor.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Feels
Anything
threatened.
else to this witness?
Yes, sir.
Look at her jump up like a freaking maniac. She sucks. Ah. Sorry.
Ms. Holmes?
Yes.
You said you feel threatened by
Of
me.
course.
Okay. Did you fail to appear for numerous court appearances?
She said she feels threatened. The last thing you need to do is jump back up and jump up there and start saying, well, why? You said you feel threatened. Just sit the fuck down.
No, I never served you. Lied.
Okay.
You lied to the court.
And with regards to, did you work in Redding, California?
Okay. We lost him there. Anyways, I mean, that's not good that the witness is saying in front of the jury that she feels threatened, you know? And it's just ridiculous. They just didn't stop.
So, Ms. Holmes, you even went so far as to hire an attorney
Yes, I
to try
did.
not to show up.
I sure did.
And has the state offered you any money?
The state basically has me on a monitor. I have to go to my job with this. It's embarrassing. People think I'm a criminal. The state has ruined my life.
The state has ruined my life.
And in terms of your feelings and ill will towards the state and myself,
I just feel like you lock up innocent people.
and does that influence your testimony today?
It's not influencing my testimony.
Have
No,
you-
I'm telling you.
Have you- that's not-
I don't
Objection, Your Honor.
understand.
Excuse me, hold on. Only one of you can talk at a time. You ask the question, counsel, you answer it, and when you let her...
This is just improper in front of the jury. The state is just harassing this poor woman.
finish her question, and then when she starts answering the question, you let the witness answer her question.
I mean, the judges had to tell the prosecutor so many times, stop answering for her. Stop asking the next question before she answers the first one.
All right?
Yes, Your Honor. So that my objection was non-responsive on that one.
Ask your question.
So, Ms. Holmes, in terms of the court order that was issued,
Yes.
you're aware that that was found to be valid?
No, I'm not aware of that at all.
Okay. You hired an attorney to go and represent you at the 4th District Court of Appeals?
He had to hire an attorney because she tried to get him this far.
And no, that's a false statement.
Objection.
That-
Excuse me. Counsel, you're not testifying.
I
all right?
agree on
You
that.
Excuse me. You asked a question, all right? That's it. You asked the question.
And so Ms. Holmes, with regards to that, you hired an attorney
Yes.
and you then tried to get any sort of court order requiring you to be here in court thrown out.
No, what I did was I hired an attorney because you were saying you served me the subpoena that you never served.
And that was found to be valid.
You never served me a subpoena that was you never served me.
Oh.
I've never seen a subpoena from you from those addresses that you said you served. Those are not my addresses.
Your testimony said you have never been served to appear in court.
Objection,
I've
asked
served
and
other
answered.
Sustain. Excuse me, sustain.
And so, with regards to your feeling threatened on that, have I ever,
Here she goes with the feeling threatened shit. Just leave it be.
any sort of physical violence against you?
No.
Okay. Do you have any written threats from me?
It's intimidating. You've intimidated me this whole time. As of now.
And in terms of your participation in this case,
Yes.
you understand that you were served a subpoena to appear here today?
You served a subpoena after you arrested me.
And
You served a
you-
subpoena at the jail when I was in Broward County.
And you understand you were here pursuant to that court order?
I'm here.
And that requires, under the law, to comply with court orders to, and that compel attendance of witnesses.
I've been complying.
Okay. Nothing further. Your Honor.
I mean, the lady's in jail because she is subpoenaed to testify. I mean, I can understand how she's not having a good day. You know, they were grilling her for a better part of an 8-hour day. All right. So here's just a little bit of the judge and the prosecution and them talking about Miss Holmes, the witness.
The problem with any of the questions, though, I don't want you to be asking specific questions, that things that she said previously she doesn't remember, and that you're just going to go ahead and put testimony before the jury. I mean, that's, you know.
They're basically talking about the prosecutor bringing in evidence that's not supposed to be in, basically, in a roundabout way. Mainly a lot about paying the defense, the defense paying off witnesses, etc.
It's not the attorney's questions that are in evidence. I mean, she doesn't acknowledge it, or even after asking leading questions, she's basically saying, you know, she doesn't know, or that's the end of it. I mean, you can't go.
When she says, I don't know, that's the end, is what the judge is saying. And she just doesn't stop beating the bush.
You can't go much further than that. You can't put in evidence. Didn't you say X, Y, and Z? The police officer, she's not acknowledging she said it. I can't see, you know, how you do that. You can't.
So, Your Honor, I think I can ask the questions because
What
of those,
question?
in terms of, did you provide this phone number as the number for your daughter? Did you provide this number for the phone number regarding Mr. Demons? Did you provide this information?
What information?
Whatever the particular statement may be that we're at that point in the questioning. For example, did you provide the phone and say previously that you talked on FaceTime with the defendant? That you talked to him on the FaceTime on the 7/7?
I believe this is where she's going to read the statement that Miss Holmes, the witness, made about snitching.
713-9807 phone number. So judges, in terms of if I'm going to then impeach her with some other outside statement or some other prior consistent statement that she has made at some other proceeding at that point, that's the concern as to her perjuring herself on that. So I think that's why it's important that she be allowed to speak to her attorney on that issue. And in terms of the prior statement on that, I still maintain that she has endorsed its authenticity and accuracy. Your Honor was provided with a copy of that deposition that the state referenced when we were talking about, and she indicated she was honest and truthful in that deposition, and she then on that. And if there's no concern as to always are that no statements by the attorneys are evidence.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that led to the defense motioning for a mistrial. I wish I had I can't find the comment that the witness made on Instagram basically saying that, you know, they were supposed to be paying her until the trial came up and they stopped. So she's going to snitch. This is bullshit. anyways, this led to a motion for a mistrial. I posted another video about the details about that. So I hoped you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful day.